wherever you are. I'm here for my power surge for today, and I hope that you're going to join and that you're going to listen and learn and actually engage. I'm praying that I can see some comments here today. And so today, this power surge to encourage you today is all about pressing on. How do we press on when we have these doubts? How do we press on when we're feeling down in the dumps? How do we press on when life throws us a curveball? I want to start by just saying, if you're feeling like you're going from failure to failure, here's a great quote. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. That's by Winston Churchill. So this is a great quote. I'm going to read it again. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So you're going to be excited again. You're going to be excited again. And you're going to be excited again. That's learning. That's learning and growing and being open-minded. And that is how you and I want to live. Let's not look at things in the past as failures. Let's look at them as learning lessons. So today, how do we press on? The title of today is Pressing On. So I'm going to start by saying I'm reading from James 1 verse 6, and I've got my coffee, so I hope you got yours. In fact, you can pause this and go get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I just like dark coffee, and I don't put anything in it. It's just the taste of coffee. So anyway, grab a cup and let's do this power surge for today. James 1 verse 6 says this, "But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind." Let's just picture this sea. In fact, I've been on a big sea. I've been on the Sea of Cortez, which is huge. It's like a great big ocean. It's huge. I've been on the Mediterranean on the Aegean Sea, the Adriatic Sea, and I don't know if I've been on any other seas. But have you been on a sea? Like, it's a massive body of water. So I'm going to say, it's very rare that the water is like a lake where it's just like a mirror. It's usually wavy. And with these waves, come a lot of things. It's gorgeous to be on the sea and feel the wind and see the waves and hear the rolling waves on the shore. But if you look at a piece of log or driftwood that's in the sea, it's just being blown and hither and forth and hither and forth, and it's just tossed. And we don't want to be that person in the water, tossed around here and there, not really going anywhere. No, we may have a goal and we have to press on toward the goal. So we don't want to be tossed around. And I'm going to say, often it's the doubts that toss us around, because we're going in one direction, then we get this great big roadblock with a big doubt, and then we go, oh, I got to go this way, and then we get a great big roadblock with another doubt, then we turn this way, and we get a great big roadblock with another doubt. That's not how we want to be. We want to be on a path that is illuminated, lighted up, because Jesus is the light of the world, and he lights our path. So how do we press on? By embracing faith over doubt. How do you press on? By embracing faith over doubt. So that means we have to let go of the fear. Believing without doubt is like planting a seed in good, nutrient-dense soil and waiting for it to grow. That's believing without doubt. I'm going to say, my husband and I planted potatoes this year in a little bed so that our granddaughters could learn about a garden. Because in today's world, when you're living in a condo, or like so many people don't have gardens anymore, how do children even learn that God is what creates the vegetables and the fruit on the trees or on the vine? So we planted little garden of potatoes and a little some other little things just so they could learn. So we had to dig in the dirt. And we're reaping the harvest now. We're reaping fresh grown potatoes and they're so tasty. But we got quite a few, but we didn't get as many as what when I grew up my mom used to get. And here's why. Because the soil isn't very nutrient dense. We did this as an experiment, but we said next year, if we do this again, we need to get the soil a little bit healthier. We need to put more stuff into the soil. It needs more sand. It needs more fertilizer. It needs more good, healthy manure, which is all about fertilizing the ground and the soil. But believing without doubt is like planting seed in good nutrient dense soil and waiting for it to grow, because then you just expect it to grow because God makes it grow. You have no doubt that it's going to grow strong and healthy and flourish because the seed has everything it needs to grow. Doubting, though, is like planting a seed in hard, rocky soil and waiting for it to do nothing. That's like watching paint on walls dry. You're just sitting there doing nothing. Your doubt is going to grow strong because it has no nourishment to sustain it. So it will struggle to take root. I remember a time when I set out on a vacation doing some hiking with my friends. Now we were going to a place called Fairmont in Invermere, British Columbia. It's a hiking spot. There's huge, big mountains. They're gorgeous. And I was a little nervous and I doubted my ability the first time that I had ever gone because I had never really hiked mountains before. And my friends were avid hikers. They did this year after year after year. Every September, they would go to these mountains and hike these great big 12,000 foot hikes. And I had never done that. So I was a little, I'm going to say, doubtful of myself. But I didn't want to let doubt and fear hold me back. I didn't want doubt and fear to keep me from enjoying the hikes. I didn't want doubt and fear to keep me from pressing on. I didn't want doubt and fear to keep me from enjoying God's nature. And I'm going to say I could have, because in these mountains, there are things that made me a little nervous. I doubted. Now, these friends of mine they're avid hikers, so they know about bears. My friend is a biologist, so he knows what to do if there are bears around. And they know what to do in packing healthy lunches and good nutrition so that it sustains you for the hike. They knew how much water we needed for a whole day of hiking in these mountains. So I wasn't going to let fear and doubt hold me back. And I remember clearly as we neared the summit and we were tired from the climb because it was a big climb. We also felt exhilarated with being on top of the world, on top of God's creation, experiencing his exquisite, unique views and beauty, a different perspective. It was just amazing. At the top of the mountain, we could look down and see the valleys below. We could see where we were. We could see where we had been. We could see where we had climbed. We could see things that I had never seen before. We could see and look down at the obstacles and the barriers that we had to get over or maneuver. Wow. It was life-changing. You know, there's so many lessons to learn from a hike, a big hike like that. And I could have let fear and doubt hold me back, but I'm going to say I would have missed out experiencing the joy that comes from being on God's mountaintop. You know that you've had mountaintop experiences. You've had them in your life. You've also had low valley, low laying, dry, desert, valley type experiences. I have too. But today, let's not let the doubt and the fear hold us back from pressing on towards the goal, for pressing on towards the mark that God is calling us to. Pushing through our doubts and fears can give us this newfound confidence to keep pressing on, to meet those goals, to keep pressing on for the prize, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, to reach the summit, to reach the target, to reach whatever it is that God is asking you to do. Press on with determination, and let's not let the doubt and fear hold us back any longer. Pressing on with determination causes our doubt to dissipate. It causes the doubt to just kind of go away, and it challenges us to rely on the strength of the Lord because His power is within us. With Him and with His power, you and I can tackle any challenge that comes our way. It's no doubt that I believe that God is going to take you through whatever you're pressing on. It's no doubt that I know God is going to take me through the challenges that I'm pressing forward in. So here's something to reflect on. Here's something to ponder for you today. Reflect on a time when doubt hindered you from a significant step forward. Or think of a time where it could have, if you can't think of one that did. And if you can think of a time that did, how did you overcome that doubt? Or what steps could you have taken to navigate that doubt differently? And how would you do it different today? I hope this is encouraging to you. I want to say once more, when you ask, this is what James says, when you ask, you must believe and not doubt. That's what James 1 verse 6 says. When you ask, you and I, when I ask, I must believe and not doubt. That's amazing, right? Because doubt is really like a wave of the sea. And if you've ever been in those waves, they're pretty powerful. Doubt can knock us for a loop. So we just have to get those waves away from us. We have to trust and obey and believe and not doubt, because we have the power within us to overcome any obstacle. God is going to take you through yours, and He's going to take me through mine. So again, that at the beginning, I shared this quote from Winston Churchill. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So today, if you have been stumbling, get up with enthusiasm to trust and believe and not doubt. I hope this has been helpful for you today. I love doing these power surges with you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. And give me a comment. What challenge are you facing today? Which one are you going to get up again with full enthusiasm to keep going and to press on? Because you and I need to press on. Bye for now. Love ya. Take care.